It's the first time I'm hosting. Oh my god.
I know. It's okay.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Quest Center. This is a brand new show from the Redspotlight Entertainment, talking all about video games. I'm David Moreno. I usually do this with Alexis, talking about TV shows, whatever. Alexis Soto, talking about TV shows, sometimes movies, but mainly shows. But today, this show is being hosted by me and Sergio Ramos.
Hello.
Yes, so we're very excited. We talked about this for a bit now, and we're finally getting started on this show. So,
Long overdue. It's been
yeah,
long overdue.
yeah, for sure. So for today, just for this first episode, we're gonna this is the day of or day after Gamescom. Introduce a whole bunch of stuff. So we're just gonna briefly talk about it. Some of the ones that popped out to us. And but the main topic for this episode is just gonna be our history with video games. Which one's the first ones we played, which for system, and so on. Gamescom was yesterday, as of this recording. And there was really a whole bunch of games, some that I have no idea about.
Oh yeah.
Never really heard of and everything. But yeah, but there were some interesting things that came out that caught my attention. But we'll start with you, Sergio. What was some things that just popped out to you the most?
You know what? So I was at work most of the time when that was happening, so I would get a break every now and then. And then I was like, oh, like what the heck? Like Gamescom is going on, and I was like, awesome. So like the first one that I saw was there's a game called the Callisto Protocol. I believe that's how you pronounce it. So the maker of that game is the maker of a game called Dead Space. I don't know if you've heard of that game.
Yeah, I've heard.
So he's making that.
pretty
Yeah.
things.
So he's making that game, and it's pretty much looks like Dead Space, and that's what people have been wanting, like another Dead Space. So like that's the first one I was like, hell yeah, like show it because I want to see it. I really want to play that game. So that's the main one that I was like really looking forward to. And then I'm so sorry. And then I got home, and I don't know if you've heard of a movie called Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yes.
So then I saw that they announced the game for that, and I was like, what? Like, no way. And I saw the trailer. Dude, it looks so much fun. But it's like, what I don't like about it is that it's like a multiplayer type of game, and I don't really play multiplayer games anymore. So it's like, I was like, like, I'm still going to play it, but I wish it was like a single player type of video game. But those two games, I was like, I'm waiting. Like, I'm getting those games for sure, man. Like, I got so pumped up.
I didn't look up much of the Killer Clown one, but it's you're supposed to play it multiplayer, like online and everything.
Yeah, so I believe we like work together. So I think it's gonna be like humans versus some of the clowns. So I believe have you seen the Friday the 13th video game? Where it's like
no.
you're like the teenagers in the camp versus Jason.
Okay.
So I believe that's how it's gonna be. So I believe it's maybe like 3 versus 5 or something like that. So humans working together to try to escape whatever the situation they're in. So that's pretty much how it is. Yeah. So I mean, I don't mind playing those type of games, but it's just not my thing.
Yeah.
So especially
there's no story mode.
Yeah. So I mean, with this one, I mean, it's one of my favorite movies. So I was like, oh hell yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of the movie. I haven't seen it, but I think this definitely got me like wanting to watch it.
Oh, you haven't seen it? I think I have it. So next time I see your sister on Friday, I believe. So I'll have her take it over there because it's just really cheesy, man. It's like an old 80s movie, and it's like really cool. It's so funny.
Yeah, for sure. But that other one that you mentioned, the Calypso Protocol.
Yeah, the Calypso Protocol.
Yeah, Calypso. Yeah. That one I did see some game footage of it, and it looked really interesting. I like, it's very zombie attack and all that. But one thing that was like super stand out was that the character in the game shot a zombie in the head and it wasn't dying, and I was like, oh god, how much work do you have to put into killing these things and all that. And like literally the main character like threw one of the zombies into like some, I don't know, meat grinder. I don't know what it was just giant machine.
Yeah.
Went, okay, so we can get creative with the kills. That's cool.
Yeah, so then I guess they interviewed the guy on stage and all that, the main guy. I keep forgetting his name. But
Mm-hmm.
they were interviewing him, and they asked him like, oh, how is it? And so you know how he chops off the head, or he shoots off
Mm-hmm.
the head, and like you see like those tentacles coming out.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
apparently, it's like the longer you take to kill them, it's like the bigger they get. Like they mutate. That he was saying that they mutate into like bigger and stronger creatures, and it's like what? So it's like you have to kill them as fast as you can.
Oh fuck, that's oh
Yeah, it
dang, I'm
looked
gonna
really sick, dude. It was
that's
awesome.
that's gonna stress me the fuck out, honestly.
I know. I
Oh
was
man,
looking at it and I was like, oh crap.
yeah, for sure. Some other ones that actually kind of caught my attention. Oh, the High on Life one. That one.
High on
Uh,
life.
did you hear about it? Apparently, one of the Rick and Morty creators is working on it, and it's just this kind of crazy.
You
there
know,
wasn't
I didn't.
much I heard.
If it's this, I'm sorry. Is it the game where I saw like a clip on Twitter and it's like they're shooting the gun? Is the gun just saying fuck fuck fuck? Like, is it
Yes,
that
that's it.
one?
Yeah, that one. And there's I saw more footage of it. And there was this like one other weapon that the character had that like kind of shot like a whip, and you're able to like swing around the room and everything.
Okay.
Um, but that whip though was just like, yeah, I can become a blade, stab you, stab the fuck out of you, cut out your butthole, and all that. He just kept saying that. I was like, what the fuck?
Like,
So it seems just like a lot of fun. It's super funny.
it's very
I'm
Rick and Morty
curious.
like.
Oh yeah, I think it is one of the creators that's working on
Yeah,
it.
I saw that it was one of them, but I just like I didn't see the trailers and all that, but I saw that clip and I was like, what the hell is this?
I'm in on it. This other one, it just kind of seemed pretty interesting in terms of the fighting of it. It was
Mhm.
crap. What's it called? Oh my gosh, did I not write? I did not write it down, didn't I? Shit. Oh no, I wrote it down. Forspoken. That one.
Oh,
Uh,
Forspoken, dude. Like,
yeah,
dude, I'll tell you this, dude. So that game looks cool. You know, don't get me wrong. It does look
yeah.
amazing. Like the gameplay and all that stuff. The only thing that's throwing me off is like the script.
The
It's so,
script.
yeah. Like just like if you see the first trailer, it's just like so weird. Like for like the people that are making it, it's what's his name? Gary Whitta, I believe, and I think he wrote Star Wars Rogue One.
Mm. Ooh.
Yeah, Gary Whitta. So he's writing that, and there's this other there's I forgot who it was, but then there's Amy. Oh my goodness, what is her name? One sec. Uncharted Amy Hennig. So she wrote and like produced the first three Uncharted games, and then she was gonna do the fourth one, but some stuff happened over there, and she left. So then she left, and then she was gonna work on a Star Wars game, and supposedly it was gonna be really cool, but then it got canceled. So then she went to this one, but it's like they're really good writers, but it's just like it's just whatever. I don't know. It's just like the script is so weird. Like it's so lame.
I don't think I really. I just saw gameplay footage of it, or
Yeah,
kind of
I
like
know they released a
these
gameplay
little
footage, but
teases
look
of
at
it.
some of the trailers, and it's like some guys all like, what is it like? Did I just shoot rocks out of with my freaking mind? And it's like so like cheesy, and it's like what's
Hmm.
going on?
Oh wow, I didn't.
But yeah, it looks
Yeah, I
really
didn't
cool.
see
Like the
anything.
gameplay. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
Like
the
that,
gameplay of
yeah,
it,
it's just like the script.
the magic system of it, and a little bit of the world just kind of looks curious. And the main character looks really cool. Like I love that little costume they gave
Yeah.
her
Uh
and
huh.
everything. It was so cool. But yeah, and then I just looked it up. Lies of P. That one, it's steampunk. It looks kind of
Yeah,
badass.
that one. Yeah, that one. It caught my eye,
Yeah,
but I was like, like I'll wait a little bit more to see what's going on with that.
yeah, for sure.
Did you
That one,
see? Oh, I'm
that
sorry.
one
Go ahead.
that caught. That one caught my attention of the script because it was just kind of like cheesy dialogue. It's just like I've
Yeah.
been waiting for you and all that. It's like okay.
Did you
Uh,
see? There's this game. It's called Everywhere, and it's
yeah,
I
I was confused.
yeah. So I don't know what's going on because the creators of it are people from Rockstar Games, and they're the ones that made Grand Theft Auto. You know, so it's
Yeah,
ex creators from them. They're making this game, and this is the first. Like supposedly, it's been like known that they're making this, and this is the first time I hear about it. And I saw the trailer, and I was like, what is this? So I was like, oh okay.
yeah.
So I'm assuming it's just like another open world and all that, but it was like, I want to see more. You know, they just showed that little clip of it, and I was like, I'll wait on that one.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, it was just weird because you say open world, you're seeing all these different worlds,
Mm-hmm.
but the graphics are different from what you see in the end.
Yes.
uh, and so I'm just kind of like, what the heck is going on here? I honestly thought for a second that it was like some promotion for a new gaming company or something. Like it's like everywhere, like
Yeah.
check out our games. This is what we're building or something. But
Play wherever
I was
you
like,
want.
no, yeah, yeah, I guess. But yeah, it was weird.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure there'll be more information someday out there.
Yeah, and then there
Uh,
is also. Have you been keeping up with Hogwarts, the
Hog-
Hogwarts Legacy?
I just know there's been a bunch of delays over and over about
Oh,
it.
okay.
But also, I do know that they show talk or they talk about
Mm-hmm.
a bit more of the plot. Basically, you investigate. Your main characters are investigating some parts of Slytherin and all that, and they get tempted to use dark magic, and then that just kind of goes to shit.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
who would have thought, right?
Yeah. um, but yeah, I'm honestly what I want to know is how do we choose our Hogwarts or yeah our Hogwarts house.
Oh, the house,
That's
yeah.
all. Yeah, because I'm very curious. I remember this like phone this phone yeah like a phone game came out of Harry Potter and all that,
Mm-hmm.
and some people were it was getting pretty popular, and I even downloaded it myself and all that. It wasn't that great. I was kind of bored of it.
Was it like
But,
a Pokemon Go theme?
no, it wasn't that. It was just like you're literally traveling around Hogwarts and everything. You meet some
Oh,
friends, learn
okay.
some spells and all that. But on that one though, like as you're starting in the beginning, you're going through Diagon Alley and everything. I kind of thought, oh, are the decisions you're making here like gonna affect your Hogwarts house or something? But no, in the end, you just get to choose whatever house you want. And I was like, come on, it's like I feel like it can't be that hard. I don't know video games. I don't know how to make them, but like
Yeah,
I feel like it can't be that hard to just kind of like set up stuff for the player.
I feel with this one though, I think they're gonna make you um pick yourself just because it's
Hmm.
like, well, I want to be in this house, like.
Yeah.
And it's like, let's say they do like the questionnaire type of stuff, and like, oh, well, you're stuck in Slytherin, and then you'll be like, well, I wanted to be in Hufflepuff. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like I feel like it's more like
Yeah.
player choice and all that, but
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong. So
Yeah, I mean, if that's true, actually, I would love it though if they'll put like a lot of effort to give you a reason why you should try out the other houses. It's kind of like
yes, uh-huh.
it's kind of like with Pokemon. It's like you don't know which one you choose, but like both legendary Pokemons look pretty cool, and so like they put some effort and try to
Mm-hmm.
make you choose something different than you usually do.
Yeah, I mean that gives it more replayability as well, just because it's like, oh, okay.
For sure.
I mean, what is it? The Ravenclaws are like more like smart people or something like that, right? So
Yeah.
whatever, like you study more in there, and like instead of just doing other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm
So
looking forward to it, but at the same time, I'm not.
yeah,
So it's
I
like,
mean, I don't know how big of a Harry Potter fan you are, so maybe that could be it.
yeah, I'm alright.
Yeah. Uh, and then one that I mean, there really wasn't much of it, but
Mhm.
it definitely caught my attention. The Dune game, and it's gonna be an open world game.
Dude,
That one, damn, I wonder what the fuck they're gonna do with that.
it's supposed to be an MMO as well, so I don't know exactly how they're gonna do that.
MMOs, rarely play them, so I don't know. How that's gonna work for me.
Yeah.
uh, and then for me, there's just that Gotham Knights game. Hmm.
You know what? I'm still waiting on that.
Mhm.
My God. Just because I played all three of them, except for the Origins,
Mhm.
and I saw this one, and I don't know, it's kind of throwing me off.
Right.
I'm just like,
Just because it feels different from like all the other Batman
yeah,
games that come out.
it's completely different and all that, but I'm just like, you know what? I'll probably pick it up on sale.
Mm-hmm.
So
Uh,
I'm just like, I'll wait to see if it's actually good or not.
yeah, same. That I want more information on that Suicide Squad game though. That's the one
Dude,
that's
right? It's like they showed it, and then they showed like another little trailer, and then boom, quiet.
yeah.
But I know it got delayed.
I'm
so-
surprised it wasn't even here or something. I don't know what kind of games they announced here, but
Mhm.
it's yeah. I would love for more information on that one instead.
Yeah, that one looked really interesting.
Mm-hmm. Anything else? That's all the ones that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Yeah. I mean, we just really couldn't like skip out on this, especially on our first episode.
Yeah, of course.
One thing actually that happened today is the demo for Splatoon 3. That one I've played both games and everything, and I absolutely love it. I haven't really seen much of anything. I don't know what people are saying about it and all that, but that's one game I'm pretty excited about. I don't know if you've ever played it.
I played it at your house. I
Mm.
believe it was the first one. And
Mm-hmm.
I know you were like super into it, and I was just there like looking at you, like watching you play, and I was like, I bet I suck at that game. And I tried it, and yeah, sure enough, I sucked. So
Really?
yeah, so I was like, you know what? I'll just play it at David's whenever I go over it, and then that was it.
Have you played shooting games before? Or
No, yeah, oh yeah, of course.
yeah, like oh, okay. So it's just this one that like
Yeah, this
it's
one it was
different.
just like I don't know. I think it was like really hard for me.
Oh, okay, that's weird because like for me, like I mentioned before, like shooting games, they're really difficult for me. I've tried playing Call of Duty once before and I got my
Yes,
ass
uh
kicked. This one though, like I'm freaking good at it.
huh.
Like one of my proudest moments. It was when it's 4 players versus 4 players online and everything. One of my proudest moments. I literally got 4 kills in a row with like it's a charging gun, but it's more like a sniper. You know,
Yeah,
and I
I think I
literally
know what
just
you're talking about.
yeah, so like all I hear is ding, and like it just one after the other, and I went, holy shit! Like I'm never gonna do this again, probably. uh, but yeah, it's a fun game, and I'm excited for this one. And it's just they know how to hype this game up, man. It's
And
so
you know what?
great.
It's so funny because I remember that they had announced it, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know, like I'm pretty sure David's gonna be like pretty hyped up about it. And
Mm-hmm.
then that was the last I heard about it. And then today I was on Twitter or on Reddit, and I see like I think it was in China or South Korea. They did like there was like a stair, like some stairs, and they put advertisement there for Splatoon 3. And I was
Mm.
like, I forgot about that game. And I was like, I'm pretty sure they showed some gameplay or something. And then what you're telling me about this right now, I was like, oh, okay, I was right.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, those are just kind of like the big things that happened this past week or this past couple of days.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, so yeah, just our main topic though for this episode was supposed to be of our history with video games. For me, um, I can't remember how old I was when I got it when I started, but the first system I ever played with was with the Super Nintendo, and the main uh, there's 3 games that I remember the most. It's what was it, Battletoads? I think that's where it came out. Uh, fucking The Lion King and Yoshi's Island. I think I have more, but
Did you ever
uh,
pass the Lion King?
hell no. I
Dude, that
I
game is
got
hard.
dude. I got the Nintendo Switch version. They came out with that one in Aladdin. I came out
Yeah.
with it, and my sister and we still couldn't pass the second level. uh, so yeah, and I remember that game too because that game started my anger issues.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, every time I just kept losing in the second level, never getting past that, and just I kept raging out. It just That's how it started for me, and I got control of it now. But
Yeah, 20
uh,
years later, right?
20 years, yeah. Uh, but I did. Battletoads 2, I actually couldn't pass that one. That one I only ever played it with a friend of mine,
Hmm.
and we couldn't get past this certain area. Right in the beginning, we literally did everything, just press as many buttons as we could, run
Yeah.
up and down. We couldn't get past it. It was for some weird reason. But yeah, that was the only time I ever played it, which is with him. And then with Yoshi's Island, though, Yoshi's Island was the first game I've ever beat. And it was so fucking intense. Yeah, dude, I remember just like playing it, the final boss, and I was stressing the fuck out. My hands
Dude,
were
I'll
sweating.
I'll be honest with you. If I remember correctly, I mean, I'm sure of this. I don't think I've ever beaten a Mario game.
Really? Not even now, or just
No, like,
whenever
yeah,
you.
like ever.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like, oh, you know what? No, okay. There's one game. There's one game
Mm.
which is the new Super Mario Bros. It came out for the Wii. It was like it's just like the side scrolling
Oh.
one. So like I bought it because I was like, well, might as well. And me and my cousin, 2 players, just went all we like. I was like, we passed it, and we're like, I was like, what the heck? Like we passed it. It's so weird because I'm telling you, before that, nothing. Never beat Mario Sunshine. I still can't beat Luigi's Mansion. Um, Paper Mario, I never got to finish those. The Super Mario 64, still can't beat it. I got to the
Mm-hmm.
very end. I was never able to beat Bowser. And then, well, just the original, like, the original Super Mario Bros. It's like, dude, like, they're hard as hell, man.
Yeah, no, they're for sure hard,
Like
and it
I've
does
always
take me.
had like issues, like not issues, but like I've always had trouble with like just trying to like pass those games. It's very simple too. Just walk, run, jump, and that's it. And
Yeah.
it's like I don't know, just like I guess I just like at timing, and I always
Mm.
die.
Yeah. No, I mean, Yoshi's Island I beat, but every other game after that until maybe Super Mario Galaxy, I
Mm.
couldn't beat it. I couldn't beat any other game after that. I don't know. Just I never for some I just never really got into them. I had like Pikmin. Uh, what else? Mario Sunshine. Although I liked it, I just never really had a desire to like just keep playing those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was weird. I just there was just this moment in my time that in my life that just
Didn't
video
really
games
play.
weren't
Yeah.
top priority for me. You know, until Mario Galaxy, which I'll get into that later. But for you, what was
Oh, David, what do you want to
what's your
know?
beginning?
I don't remember what year, what age I was. I remember the first thing I remember about video games was at my grandma's house,
Mhm.
and I just remember this little memory of me holding the Duck Hunt slash Super Mario Bros. Like the old video, the cartridge
Mhm.
for the NES, and boom, right. I remember right there, like I was playing it, and I was like, this is awesome. Like with the little zapper too, and I was like, this is really
Yeah.
cool. And after that, just boom, video games, man. Like I grew up playing video games. I think I had like a break from video games for like maybe like 2 weeks, and I was like, nah, this is boring. But yeah, I've been playing. Uh, I want to say maybe I was like 4 or 5 or so, and yeah, like the first console that I remember we had was the NES, and that was the first game we played. After that, we had a Sega Genesis, and oh boy, did I fucking just play for hours and hours. We were playing Sonic. There was this Batman game, super hard, amazing though. And then do you ever seen the show The Tick, or like the
Yeah.
comic? Yeah, so there was a game for that on that too.
Mhm.
So we had all those, and I would try. I think The Tick was like the farthest I ever got in any of the games. But damn, dude, like just hours, just hours playing every day. And so yeah, I mean that's pretty much how I started with that, and then eventually we're just like we got the Nintendo 64. It was mainly more, I believe, for my brother, my older brother,
Mhm.
and that's when we got Super Mario 64, Mario Kart 64. Um, the most amazing one ever was Super Smash Brothers.
Mhm.
Dude, just like going over across the street to our friend's house and just like, okay, well, let's play, and we'll do like sleepovers, or let's play all day, and we'll fucking do that all day. And what's it called? That's when I got introduced to Zelda for Ocarina of Time.
Mhm.
I didn't know what I was doing, but I was like,
Yeah.
hey, this is pretty cool. Like, yeah, I'm like, I have a sword, and then I would, what I would love to do in Ocarina is I would love to go to the Temple of Time
Mhm.
and just go press the sword, and like you time travel, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
Put it back in, and I would just like be there for like minutes, like 20 minutes or so, just like this is so cool because I used to like the little theme that it played when you time traveled. And I was like,
Uh-huh.
this is amazing. And then I would I was so scared when you would be a adult Link because you would walk out of the church and all that, or the temple, and then like you see the zombies, and I was like, oh hell no. I'd
Yeah,
go
dude,
back
even
in.
I played that game like in high school and all that for
Uh-huh.
the first time, and even then I was kind of like, this is kind of scary.
Yeah,
Like, what the
dude. And
heck?
then
Like
you have
coming
like
out.
the what is it? I forgot what they were called, but the spiders, but the skulls in the back.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my goodness, dude! Like I was like, man, as a kid, that was terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we did those, and then Star Fox. Honestly, I never really passed any of the games just because I would just play, but I wouldn't really
Same.
be like, oh, you can beat it and all that. And I remember my cousin. So do you remember Video 2000?
Oh yeah,
So okay,
dude.
so those of you who are listening, like if you don't know, well, I'm pretty sure you guys don't know, but it's just pretty much like a blockbuster, but in our town, it was called Video 2000. Just rent movies, video games, and that's pretty much it, right? So then I would always rent like the same thing for the Sega. It was a Power Rangers game. And every time I'd be like, nah, I'm gonna rent this, and they would be like, no, rent something else, because like let's play something else. Like, nah, Power Rangers, because like I was all in love with Power Rangers back in the day. And dude, that game was so cool, and I think it was multiplayer too. Oh, well, I mean, yeah, it was, right. So just play with your brothers or your friends and stuff like that. But so I believe the rules were you can rent the game for 5 days. I think that's what it was, and so then you would go return it, and then so then my oldest cousin, he had a 64 as well. So then he was like, "Oh, I beat Super Mario 64," and I was like, "How'd you beat Super Mario? You didn't even have it." And he's like, "Oh, I rented it like through Video 2000," and I was like, "You're telling me that you passed Super Mario 64 in 5 days?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, I don't believe you. And then like later on when I was growing up, and I was like, I kind of do believe him, because like that's all he did, just play video games. And I was like, man, he has all the time in the world.
And I think with Mario games though too, they're pretty easy to beat. Like get to the final boss. I think you don't really need like, at least I don't from what I remember the Super Mario 64. You don't really need like a lot of stars to get to the final boss.
No, I think the most was like maybe like it was like 30, I believe, 30 or 40. It was really simple to beat the game, but it's just to get everything. It was like that was a challenge right there.
No, yeah, no, honestly, yeah. When I what was it on the GameCube? We went from Super Nintendo to the GameCube, and on that one,
that's a big jump right there.
I know. Yeah, I mean, I played with the other systems, but those were all my cousins. My cousins had the 64 and everything. But Luigi's Mansion was the one that like me and my sister would play a lot, try to like really beat. But again, I could never get to it. It wasn't until way later on that I finally like went back, play it. And when I finally beat it, I was like, this wasn't as hard as I remembered it. Just like it's hard to know like where to go next, but like once you get there, you're kind of like, oh, that's it.
Yeah, like okay, so I thought it was just me, but I feel like I was just wandering around in the mansion when I was playing it, and then like a boss fight happened, and I was like, oh, was I supposed to come here, or was I supposed to go the other way? And I would just keep going, and I was like, am I doing the right thing? Or is it like, so I'm still not sure if it's like if the game is like linear, as in you go here first, then you go there, and then you go there, or it's like, okay, here's the mansion, just figure it out.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah, honestly. Really, because I remember one time, like, the main thing that I do remember from playing Luigi's Mansion was I was playing all day. Like, I woke up, okay, I want to play this game because I had just bought it, right? And I was playing it, and then it was already like 5, and my dad's out. He goes in the room. He's like, "Hey, like, I'm making carne asada. Like, go eat." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And I was like, "It's already 5." And I remember it's like at that point I had just finished a boss fight that was, I believe, like kind of close to the left side of the mansion, and then the one that's outside. I believe there's a boss fight outside.
Oh, the purple ghost?
Yeah. I don't know if he was purple. I don't remember. But I remember it was outside, and I came back inside, and I was like, was I supposed to do that right now, or did I skip like bosses? That's what I didn't know. Like, am I skipping like some of the ghosts? And I'm just like, I was so confused in that game. But then either way, I never passed it. But it was I still think it's one of the best GameCube games that there is, that's out there and all that.
Oh, for sure. That's the one people love the most, I think. I think that one's for sure more popular than like Sunshine or Pikmin.
Yeah, you know what, Pikmin, I tried it because people were like, would you get Nintendo Power?
No,
it's the magazine. So I would I used to get Nintendo Power as a kid, and it's like, oh, Pikmin and all this. So like I would just read like the what it was and all that in the magazine, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it. So yeah, like it went to Video 2000, rented it, couldn't get into it. I was like, I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, it looks interesting. I've seen like Let's Plays of it, and like it does look really fun.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem like it for me. Actually, did you in the GameCube? Did you ever get that thing that you're supposed to like connect it to the bottom and you play Game Boy games?
No, you know what? I never got that. I always wanted it because we during the time we were playing well, my older brother, he had the Game Boy Advance, so we would play like Pokemon a lot. Like me and my little brother, we were always playing Pokemon. So I was like, dude, it'd be so cool to just connect it and play on the TV instead of just like wasting batteries and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, I never saw it in stores or anything like that. Like I would never
Oh.
see it. So I was like, well, whatever. And then,
Oh wow.
but yeah, but you know what we did get? So I had the game Pokemon. Well, I still have it. Pokemon Stadium, not Stadium. Pokemon Coliseum.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've ever like heard of played it, but it's pretty
Yeah, I've
much
heard
a
of it.
Pokemon Stadium, but for GameCube and all that. But you can connect. There's this connection that connects to your Game Boy Advance, and you connect it to the GameCube, and you could transfer Pokemon into that game, and you can use them in the game to battle and all that. And I think you could use like, I think you can use it like a second control type of thing, and like you're battling whoever's using the Game Boy. I believe that's how it worked as well. But I remember transferring Pokemon to my GameCube and just like vice versa and all that, just to see how they
Dang.
like. We're like, oh, this is transferred just to see how it looks in 3D. You know, like oh, it
Mm-hmm.
looks so awesome. And
Dude, I remember doing that on for Pokemon X and Y. I got the ones for my what is it, Black and White or Black and
mm-hmm.
White Two, and I transferred it to my X and Y. You get like a. Do you remember the Pokemon Bank thing?
The video game or
Uh,
the app on the 3DS.
it was the app on the 3DS.
Yes.
Yeah, that one. I actually they gave me like a free trial, and I just quickly transferred my Pokemon to there
Go go
to
go.
my X and Y, and uh and so just because I wanted to see them in like in the 3D version of them and everything, it was super cool, but and everything. The thing though, what was difficult is that so a friend of mine hacked my Pokemon Black and White to give me a whole bunch of like rare candies and
Oh,
revives and
okay.
everything, and I leveled up my Pokemon to 100.
Oh my god, just using the rare candies.
Yeah, they were pretty high though. They were like in the 70s
Oh,
or
okay, gotcha.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I traveled with them,
You know
with the
what?
friendship.
What me and my brother did, because there was a time where like I was like really into Pokemon. It was during the Sapphire and Ruby.
Hmm.
Yeah, Sapphire and Ruby, and then me and my brother got, because we only had one. We had one Game Boy, so we're like, oh, well, my dad got us the Ruby version, and we were going to San Diego, me and him and my mom and dad, and they were like, oh, okay, well, you play going there, and I'll play coming back, right? And like we had just gotten it, and we're starting fresh, dude. By the time we got back from San Diego, and we were there for like, I want to say like a whole day. So getting there maybe like at 10 in the morning, and we're coming back around 4:30 or 5. By the time we're coming back, dude, our Torchic was already a Blaze account. And we were just grinding on that game. It was like we're like so in love with it, like okay, cool. And then Emerald came out, and I was like, I really want Emerald because I felt like Ruby was more for him
Hmm.
because he would play it more than I would. But I was like, I really want Emerald, and I got it, and I was using my the first edition Nintendo DS, so I was connecting the.
Hmm.
That's how I was playing some Game Boy games on there. So I was playing it, and I was on YouTube, and I guess there was a glitch where if you transferred like a Pokemon to an empty PC box, and then you save it and you turn it off because it tells
Hmm.
you saving, please do not shut off.
Yeah.
So you would turn it off when it says that, and then you turn it back on, and it would clone your Pokemon. So you would have two of those.
Oh.
So then what I did was like, well, hell yeah, and then like just I was cloning legendaries.
Oh,
I would clone a
that's
bunch of
sick.
like the what's his name Kyogre and the other one I forgot his name, but yeah, like the two main legendaries,
Yeah.
and Rayquaza.
Growl. Oh.
Huh? So
Oh yeah.
Rayquaza and Rayquaza, the oh my god, whatever they call it.
Hmm.
And you know what I would do? I would put Master Balls. I would give them the Master Balls, so when I would clone it, I would have two of the same Pokemon with two Master Balls.
And then you can keep it if you let him go or something, or just
Well, I mean, why would you let it go? You could just put it like in a different box.
that's true.
So I would have like just boxes just full of like legendary Pokemons with either rare candies, some other items, and like a bunch of like Master Balls. And my brother was like, "Dude, that's so sick." So I'd be like, like just transferring Pokemons, and we would transfer back and forth. So he would give me like random Pokemon. So I was like, here's a Deoxys, here's this, here's some old like Master Balls and all that, and like it was like the best thing ever. That was like one whole summer right there, dude. It was
Dude, that's
amazing.
fucking sick, dude. Holy shit. Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
dude, it
my
was
god.
crazy. Like we got like really into that, and then that's when I fell off after that because what happened? Diamond and Pearl came out, and I was like,
Mm,
like it's cool, but like at that age, I was already like, like it's Pokemon's for kids. And after
mm.
that, I fell off, and then didn't get back into it until X and Y. I think X and Y are like one of the best Pokemon games like ever made. Like
Oh, for
I
sure.
think they fucked up by not like doing anything more with
Mega
the
Evolution.
Mega Evolutions. I think that was like amazing, dude.
Dude.
I was like, dude, a Blastoise with 3 fucking cannons instead of two. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, dude, that's sick. And I
Dude,
like the story a lot too in that one too. So it was pretty cool.
yeah, the story was interesting, but yeah, that's my only disappointment with Pokemon now. It's just how could they not keep up with Mega Evolution? Like
Right? Uh huh.
it's such a great concept, and I mean I like the idea what they did with in Sun and Moon, where like you do this little like you and your Pokemon
I
like do this
hated that.
dance.
I
It was
hated
cool.
it.
It looked cool in the anime because it was just kind of like they're doing it together, and it's
Yeah. Uh
like it's
huh.
really nice in terms of the friendship. I can understand in the game like it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
ridiculous. uh, but yeah, it's such a missed opportunity, especially now with what is it, Scarlet and uh what's the other one?
Is it Violet?
Yeah, yeah, Scarlet and Violet, I
Mm-hmm.
think so. That one where it's sort of like this crystal thing that you like give to your Pokemon,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh huh. Like
and
it
it
turns
gives
them
them
to like
a different type basically. So like if you have like electric type, and if you give them a certain
yeah.
and if you give them a certain crystal, or if they are compatible with a certain crystal, you can turn them into like a grass type or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
saw I saw some of the trailer that came out. And don't get me wrong, the Pokemon look really nice. Like
Mm-hmm.
the way they look with I mean, they look like crystals, like or diamonds and stuff like that. But I was like, that's so
Mm-hmm.
sick. But I don't know, this one, I was so excited for it, and then they announced like the first trailer, and I was like, it's just I don't know. Like I'm really picky with like the legendaries, so it's like if the legendaries don't catch my attention, I was like, I don't really want to play the game. And I saw
Okay, I
these, and
get
I
you.
was like whatever. And then they show the gameplay footage of them like walking and stuff, and I was like, this guy has wheels on his chest and his back. He's not even using them. He's using his legs.
Everyone kept saying that. It
Yeah,
was so funny, especially with the other legendary that's actually is
yeah,
using its
yeah,
wheels and everything. It's like, why? Come on! Like I get it what they're doing. Like one's looking more technology based,
yeah,
and one's looking like a rough and all that. But you could have just given it like a little motorcycle feel, to it or something like that. I think that's what I was thought they were going
yeah.
for. Um, uh, but yeah, I'm hoping this one can get me into it. I tried the Sword and Shield one, and I honestly just couldn't get past the first town for some reason. It just
Really.
yeah, I don't know. It's you're in the open field
Mm-hmm.
area and all that, and for some reason I got bored.
Uh,
Yeah, maybe I just need to try it again. Who knows? Um,
what I did
but
like about that one was the when you're battling, you can use like that move thing and make the Pokemon all huge.
mhm.
But if when you're doing your gym battles, like when you reach the last one, like when you do that, like there's a song that comes in and like, dude, it's so hype, man. Like it just hypes you up and like, oh, this song's sick, like it's awesome.
That's
And then
awesome.
and that I thought the game was like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I didn't like the whole open world thing. It's not that I didn't like it. It's just like you're there, but then there's nothing. Like
Mm-hmm.
I thought it would be filled with like, oh, like cool Pokemon, like just roaming around. But it's like it's not a lot of them, and it's like like I don't really.
It seems like they are getting better at that
Yeah,
as the games
so that's why I
progress.
gave it
So,
like that's why I let them slide, just because it was their first time attempting to do that,
mm-hmm.
and then it's like, okay, well, it's their first time, and I've seen like uh people make like their own versions,
Yeah, yeah,
and it looks way better than that.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So then I was like, oh, well, it's their first time actually trying it. So I was like, oh, let it start.
Yeah. Honestly though, I think for me, the open world is what's kind of ruining it for me. I don't know, because like I
Mm,
remember playing the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire one, and that one like apparently you could go anywhere you
yeah.
want, and that one too, like it wasn't grabbing me as much as how the other ones did. So I don't know. Maybe I just enjoy the linear storyline
Hmm.
of Pokemon. But who knows? I'm hoping this one like it does get me
Changes your mind
into
and
it.
all that.
Yeah, it changes my mind. I would love. I do want to see like my character interacting with other Pokemon
Yeah,
and all that. So we'll see.
yeah. It's like I feel like every time it's like this is what everyone wanted, and it's like when they show it, it's like, can you do better?
Yes, specifically with Mega Evolution.
Yeah, right. Like just bring that back. Just bring it back. That's all I want.
I know it's right there. It's so cool.
And I remember
Uh,
like when those two games came out, right? Like the two of them, and it's like, dude, like they were hyping up like the not hyping up, but like that little green legendary, like that's supposed to be like an alien, and
mhm.
everyone was like, oh shit, dude, like, so it's Pokemon X and Y, dude. Pokemon Z's coming out, and he's gonna be the main legendary to catch, and we're all fucking me and Susan, like my wife, like we're all like super excited, and nothing. And I was like, "Are you shitting me?" I
It just
was
goes straight to Sun and Moon, and they're
yeah, I
like,
was so mad, dude. I was like, oh, God damn
I know
it.
they can make some money if they like do that now. Or like it, I think it'd be perfectly fine if they just announce Pokemon Z now. You know, just
Or, coming to the Nintendo 3DS.
imagine. Oh my god, that'd be hilarious.
That'd be funny.
Uh, but yeah, so I mentioned earlier that I was gonna get more into Mario Galaxy. Uh, so like I said, just for some reason, video games just weren't top priority for me.
Hmm.
TV shows. I played baseball during when I was a kid, so like those were kind of like just my top things. And then I got the Wii, and then that one, the hype, motion
Yeah.
controls and everything. It was all. I was like, even I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be so much fun. Wii Sports was fun and everything.
A quick question though.
Mm.
Um, I don't know how old you were when they announced the Wii. Do you know the original name, like the nickname that they gave the Wii before it was the Wii?
No.
So when they were like, it was like before they announced it, like they're like, yeah, we're working on it, and then they're like, it's called this, and everyone's like, shit, like that name was so fucking sick, dude. They called it the Nintendo Revolution.
Oh,
Like, dude,
okay.
a fucking sick ass name was supposed to revolutionize gaming and shit like that, you know? And it's like, and then at the end, oh yeah, it's the Nintendo Wii, and I was like, oh,
Mm.
that's so lame. I was in seventh grade, I believe. Um, damn, seventh grade was a long time ago. Yeah, I was like around seventh grade when they announced Wii, and I was like, oh my god, like, you guys had it,
Mm.
like they had it, but
Yeah, true. Uh, and then, but yeah, so I got that, and then Mario Galaxy was. I only ever had the Wii Sports one for like a while, and then I finally got Mario Galaxy, and that one, I played it, and I just kept going and going until I tried to beat it and everything. I didn't 100% until like years later, but I
oh,
beat the
you actually
game.
did it?
No, I did. Yeah, I got everything like way
That's
later on. I
crazy.
think.
Yeah, no, I mean either way, you still did it.
Yeah,
That's an
yeah. I think it
achievement
might
right
have
there.
been during the Wii U era. I might have like finally
Oh,
100%
okay.
it. But that was the game though that like really got me to appreciate video games, like the gameplay of it, the
Mm-hmm.
graphics, the music, especially for Mario Galaxy. Oh
Oh
my
yeah.
god, it's still one of the greatest, honestly, for me. His music. Uh, but yeah, that one just sort of brought me back into video games, and I never stopped after that. I got Skyward Sword, which is my favorite Zelda game.
Really?
Yeah, that was my favorite.
Wow.
It was the first Zelda game though too. I
That
played
you played? Oh, okay.
I played Twilight Princess, but like an hour or something, and I just kept like swinging. It was Twilight Princess when they like put it on the Wii,
Oh yeah, yeah.
um,
Uh-huh.
and so like I was
So
just
it's
like
like the
swinging
motion
around,
control. Yeah.
fighting, fighting around all the monsters and everything. That was just the fun part. But Skyward Sword came out, and yeah, that one too. Like again, I noticed everything: graphics, music, gameplay, and story, and all that, and it really captured my imagination, I guess you could say. And then yeah, I just try to get every game after Nintendo game after that.
Mm-hmm.
With the Wii U, I got the Switch now and everything. Um, so some of
Yeah, you're
my
more of a Nintendo guy, huh?
oh yeah, that's one thing too. I
Yeah.
I was always just a Nintendo person.
Mm-hmm.
Um, never really. I wanted like the PS5 and all that, but I don't know. I think those games just looked far more complicated than Nintendo games. So I
Mm.
just never really wanted to get it. But also though, me being loving Nintendo, I just always ask my parents to get me the Nintendo systems and all that whenever they could. I don't think I've ever. Actually, yeah, during high school, I would play some PS5 games. What was it? I know.
The PS3 games, yeah.
Oh yeah, PS3.
Yeah.
No,
I was like, oh, time traveler over here.
Yeah, yeah. I remember playing Uncharted. No, not Uncharted. I think I might play Uncharted. The Last of Us. This one actually wasn't. This was on the Xbox. What was it? Gears of War. I remember.
Oh
Playing
yeah,
that. That one was super fun for me. I played like I played online with my cousin. He was letting me use it, and I don't know why. Just the guns were never capturing me. But I got this like kind of bow and arrow type of weapon.
Oh yeah, the like, and they blow up.
Yeah. That one.
Yeah, I forgot what it was called, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It was always fun to use those. And then I know I had another cousin, different one, that had the Xbox, and I remember playing the Matrix game on that one.
Oh my god, dude! Yeah, my brother used to have that for the PlayStation 2. And I just remember, like, dude, it was so sick because it's like you're just like running and then jump in slow motion and just start shooting. And I was like, oh, this is awesome.
Hell yeah, dude! I couldn't get past you're like going up against this guy in the helicopter and everything. Like after that, I couldn't get past it. That was always so difficult for me.
Yeah. There was I don't know what happened to our game or what was going on with it, but we couldn't get past like a specific location, and we just think it was like a glitch or something, and we're just like, well, let's just keep playing like the first 4 missions and stuff like that. And I think eventually my brother did pass it though, but I couldn't get, like, with my save file, I was like, I can't get past this location. Like the door wouldn't open, so I was just stuck there, and I was like, whatever.
But yeah, just Nintendo though. It was always for me until recently.
Yeah,
I finally got the PS5, which is one of the reasons why we started this podcast. I finally got the PS5. I got to play some of the games that you've always loved playing, and so I have a reason to play them. We have a reason to talk about them and everything.
Yeah. The second you got it, I was like, here's a bunch of games, just play them because they're really good.
Yeah. Currently it's what was it? Wolfenstein: The New Order. You gave me the Uncharted collection and Assassin's Creed Origins. Those are the ones that I'm currently playing and all that.
Yeah.
And then this is one cool thing about watching Gamescom too, is that I can finally watch these videos and go, I kind of get it. I'm probably gonna get it finally.
So you know what was like what threw me off, because with Gamescom it's like, okay, well here's some games that are gonna get announced on it, right? But every year, because Gamescom is every year as well, but it's after E3. So every year, me and my brothers would like get together, like, all right, let's watch E3. Even like through high school, even like not so recently, just because of COVID and all this stuff happened,
Yeah.
But we would always like, oh, who's like, we're watching E3 at, and like to us that'd be like because we wouldn't really be into sports as kids and stuff like that, and we're like, okay, this is our Super Bowl, like. And, get together, get some food, and like just watch E3 like all day, and like we'll be like so excited. We're like, dude, this is fucking awesome! Like, it was amazing. Like, I still remember when they showed it, like, because it's different conferences, so it'd be like Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo, right? And before the Wii, or like around the time the Wii came out, Nintendo was doing so good. Like, like the fucking Mario Sunshine, and then what's the game called? The Zelda game. Twilight Princess, when they were announcing, and Skyward Sword, everyone was like, dude, like, that's so cool. Nintendo. There was a game called Red Steel. I don't know if you ever played that one. It was for the Wii. It's like not samurai, but you can use like a samurai sword, and you just shooting, but it looked really fun. And then Nintendo just started slowly declining. Everyone's like, oh, it's just Nintendo now. It's like, it doesn't matter, because they were really putting out games. But yeah, dude, like, we would watch E3 all the time. So by the time Gamescom started popping out, they would show like, oh, well, here's another trailer for this game. So like E3 was a spot. Like, this is where you show the big games, like the games that you're working on, put them here, and the Gamescom like, oh, like, here's another trailer. So this time, well, E3 hasn't been happening. Gamescom was like, oh, well, here's this, here's that, here's this, and where everyone's like, what the hell, like. this is crazy. Like it's cool because it's back. You know, like that feeling. Like dude,
Yeah, for
like
sure.
gaming. You know, it's pretty cool. And then I don't know where it's like, well, like E3's done. Hopefully.
Yeah, that's so sad too, especially because during the Wii U era, um, there was a decline basically of Nintendo stuff. Like people just weren't liking what they were putting out and all that
Yeah.
until they were bringing up what is it? I think it was like right around when Super Smash Brothers Wii U and 3DS was like being
Mm-hmm.
hyped up, and then it was being
You know what? Like
being
towards the life cycle of the Wii U, like as in like before the PS4 and all that stuff came out, like it was slowly picking up again because they were
mm-hmm.
coming out with like what was Super Smash Bros. Right, and then Splatoon came out. Did you ever play Captain Toad? I thought it was amazing.
Dude, it was so fun. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
right. It's like
yes.
something. It's so simple and all that, but it's really addicting and fun. And then like some other game. Oh, I am so sorry. Remember when this was around the time I had just this is when I bought my Wii U, and I would always be like when we would go to your house, I'd be like, yeah, the Wii U, like it's so cool because you had it first. And I was like, I really want one, and I finally got one. And then I was like, hey, like Susan, she was in college, so I was like, hey, like I got Mario Kart, let's play it, and we
Mm,
played all day, and we finished all the tracks. That
yeah, yeah.
was amazing,
Oh,
dude.
dude, that was fun. Yeah, but it was around that time where I was starting to get into like getting trying to watch E3 and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was getting super popular, and I realized how popular it was for
Oh
everyone
yeah, dude.
and how cool it was. And then yeah, just it's just it was kind of sad when COVID hit, and people. That's when everyone just completely lost interest really on E3,
Yeah, it's not that they lost
which.
interest. It was just more like, well, we can't go because like of the restrictions and all that. And
Mm-hmm.
so far right now, it's like they've been saying like, oh, just let it die because it's like they don't really know they should just because Sony's not doing stuff at E3 anymore because they're just
Mm-hmm.
doing their online stuff. And then
Yeah.
Nintendo did it too. Like Nintendo did it first. They were like, "Oh, we're not gonna participate in E3. Like, yeah, we'll put some games there, but we're not gonna have like a big conference and all that. We're just gonna do
Mm-hmm.
like an online, like their you know how they
Um.
do like the Nintendo Directs?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how
The.
they started because they were like, no, let's just not show up to E3. Like, let's just do our
Mm-hmm.
own online thing. Like, I mean, they're saving money pretty much. And then, Sony backed out too, and now it's just like different publishers. So pretty much like Ubisoft, EA were doing them, but they're not. It wasn't the same. It wasn't like the big
Mm-hmm.
three as in like Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft. Like where they would like
Yeah.
show like this is what we're working on, and like yeah, it looks sick. And
Mm-hmm.
so now it's just like, oh well, EA, most of it's like just like sports games, and everyone's like, well, whatever. And then
Mm-hmm.
Ubisoft was like, oh, here's Assassin's Creed, and that was it.
Yeah.
So it's like slowly dying, which sucks. But at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, it's like, well, either way, you're still gonna get like the big reveals and all that. And then, well, you know who's doing that too now is the video excuse me, the video game awards.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, they're
so
announcing
it happens.
stuff.
It happens every December, I believe, and they're just announcing like, oh, like world premieres and all that. So I guess that's
Mm-hmm.
slowly becoming the new E3. So we'll just kind of
Yeah,
have
they're
to wait.
just. I think that's actually a really good place. I think it's better to get more eyes on people
Mm-hmm.
who
Yeah,
put some
and it's
effort
getting
in
bigger and
games.
bigger too.
Yeah, for sure. I've been noticing that too. And I completely forgot about that whole thing that Nintendo Directs was sort of the reason
Yeah.
E3 was sort of dying and everything. And I remember though too when Sony started doing those type of directs and all that,
Mm-hmm.
people at least from what I saw, Nintendo fans were like judging them, being like, "Come on, you got to put more effort into your announcements like these," because Nintendo did go big all the time on their directs. Lately, not so much. They've literally been direct, just be like, "Hey, I'm this person. I made this game.
Yeah,
Here we
and
go," and then.
you know what sucks about like the Nintendo Directs now? Like nothing wrong with them, but they're like, okay, we're gonna, here's like 20 minutes of what we're working on, or like whatever. But it's always the comments, and it's like everyone's like super hyping it up, like oh like they're gonna announce Metroid 4, and they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that, and like they watch it and they're all disappointed.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. You know when it like really bothered me? Um, who was the it was the former CEO of Nintendo, who
Oh,
died.
Reggie. Oh,
No,
the died.
no, the one like in Japan, not in America. Like in
Oh,
Japan.
Iwata.
Iwata, yeah,
Mhm.
him. It was so sad because when he died, I remember watching this video of this guy going, "I just feel bad, um, that one of his last words to everyone was him apologizing because the last Nintendo Direct wasn't as big as people thought it would be.
Oh.
Yeah, and so I know it was sad. But yeah, I know it's always so dumb when people like hype the shit out of the Nintendo Direct and then get disappointed later on. When I'm just kind of like, I'm actually glad I'm just getting extra stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean that's the way I see it. I don't really look at well, because before I would like, I mean, I work now, so it's like as a kid I'd be like, okay, we'll just stay home and just watch it. Now it's just like, okay, well, at the end of the day, just look what they announced, and all. That's what happened with Gamescom with me. It's like, okay, well, we'll get announced, and that's why I don't know exactly all of it because like the big things were like the ones that people were like talking about and all that. But yeah. So now with the directs, is like, and they're so early in the morning, man. Well, especially like some of the Pokemon ones. It's like 6 a.m. and I was like, I am not gonna wake up at 6.
Yeah, actually, I think I did wake up for some of those directs before I started working and all that. But before I think I would wake up early for those, but not anymore.
And you know what I think is so funny? It's Susan. Like she loves to sleep, so she's not gonna wake up like early for like, oh, okay, I have to do this and stuff like that. And then if she does, she's like, oh, well, I woke up late, whatever. But it's like Nintendo Direct, right? They happen like at 6. Or like especially the Pokemon ones, they happen like at 6 a.m. or so, and so I'll wake up like at 7 and she's asleep, and so I start getting ready. I go in the shower in the morning, get out, and she's already like getting ready for work, and I'm like, hey, like, did you watch the Direct? And she's like, oh yeah, I saw it like at 6, and I was like, what the? I was like, what the fuck? What do you mean you saw it at 6? And she's like, yeah, like I woke up, and I was like, I saw you asleep by like 6:40, and she's like, well, yeah, like I'm going back to bed, and I'll be like, what the fuck?
That's funny.
But I mean, that's dedication right there.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Did you ever say a game that like really, for sure, gave you an appreciation? I guess for games, or were you just
for games?
Always like that?
I think I was always like that. I mean, there's always like, oh, this game sets the standard for video games, and then someone beats it and stuff like that, but what's it called? Let me see. You know what? The one that really got me with music, and I mean, it's not like this is the only game that I was like, oh, the music's really cool in this game. I mean, I would be playing like JRPGs, like, oh, that sounds sick and all that stuff, and who beats fucking Mario Bros? Like just this theme, just their fucking theme song is like amazing. Yeah. But Halo is the one where I was like, dude, like we were playing it and I was like, dude, first of all, the main theme song for that game is like legendary, bro. Like it's so sick. And then just the gameplay for it and all that. It's, I think right there and then that's when I was like, like, this is amazing. Like I felt like, movies are cool and all, TV shows, love them all, but I feel like after Halo, that's when my brother would say it too. Is like it's the best form of entertainment, just because it's like it also depends, because there's like different video games and all that. Because you can be like laid back, just like, okay, well, I'm just gonna play this real fast. Like it would be like a platform, so just like, oh, just put Mario on, whatever. And then nowadays, especially nowadays, dude, like the games are getting way better and better. What really set the standard up for me right now is The Last of Us. The first Last of Us with like PS3. I remember I was at work at my old job, Jack in the Box, right? And it's like, I was like, oh man, I got scheduled to work at like the day The Last of Us comes out, and I went in like at 7. It wasn't gonna be out till like maybe like 4, like I think 4 or so. And I was like, I need to leave early. They always send me home early, so I'm leaving early today. And I asked, I was like, hey, can I leave early? And they're like, no, you're staying on. And I was like, what do you mean? And it sucked too because they were having like a little party thing at my grandma's house, and I was like, I have to go to that too. And it's like, it's not that I didn't want to go, but it's like I really want to play this game because I've been waiting and waiting for this video game, And then finish the game. And dude, like the story is so great. The music is amazing. Like the gameplay is like holy shit, and it's so brutal and dude, it's just amazing. Like I'm telling you, you need to play this game. You need to play this game for sure. And after that, it's like, oh shit, like for sure video games are like the best form of like entertainment, just because it's like it's oh dude, it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know how to explain it, but that game is so fucking emotional.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's good, dude. Like the first like 20 minutes. I mean, I'm pretty sure you've seen like the first like hour or so, but like the first like segment, I don't want to ruin it for because like the new the remastered shit's coming out. But dude, it's like I was playing it in my room, and I think Susan was there, and I think she was like, "Whatever happens, right?" And then I was like, looked over, and I was like, "You guys?" She's like, "Yeah, we're just so sad." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I just finished the game, and I was like, at the end of it, I was like, "Dude, damn! Like this is a fucking journey. Like god
Yeah, for
damn."
sure.
And it's like, what's it called? Well, the second one came out with the whole controversy and all that. I loved it honestly, personally, but I was like, "Oh my god!" Like they keep going at it. Like video games can actually make you feel stuff, you know. Like, and it's not just with that. Like, it's not just with the story, but it's also with music as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because what I do every once in a while, like I'll be like on Spotify and just like look up some soundtracks for old past video games, and I was like, oh shit! Like I remember being like a young kid playing this game. Like I get like those little snippets of memories. Like you know when you smell like a specific like you just smell like something specific and then brings you back to like, oh shit, like I smelled this like at this time when I was a kid or something. I don't know if you ever felt that.
Yeah.
So that's with me with the music and video games. Like it's like, oh, I remember like being here in that specific moment,
Mm-hmm.
and then like that's it. Like that one little moment, and then okay, cool, I'm back. I'm back to like reality.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no, I want to say Halo is like the one that for sure got me first because like I mean, I played that game so much, dude. Like when we got it, I played it so much, and it's not just like the story, but it's also like just playing with my brothers and my friends and my cousins, and like we were just like beyond that the whole time. Come over, like okay, cool. Let's parents are outside making the food. Just stay inside all day playing Halo.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's awesome, man. And I know The Last of Us, yeah, that's for sure people's like greatest. They think that's probably one of the best video games of all time for them, probably. And I from what I hear about it, I don't blame them. It sounds really good.
It's up
I
there.
played maybe
It's good.
I played a couple of. I actually when I first played, I played all night, but I don't think I even got that far into it. Not because I sucked or anything. It's just I don't know. I think I just might have gone slow about it. But yeah, no, it's so funny though because like you know you're saying Halo and Last of Us and my game that like caught me appreciate story was Mario Galaxy, even though it's just like one little side story. You know, comparing those two, it's like a night and day for sure.
Yeah,
I didn't know that, but like I remember though, you know, you get that little side story of Rosalina, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is really cute, and it's kind of sad at the end, but you know, I love it, the whole scenery of it, and especially that music that played. It was really good. And then Skyward Sword came out. That's when I was like, oh dang, story from beginning to end. You know, it wasn't. It was just super fun, and I kind of like I wanted to get to the end of it. But actually, I don't know if you remember, like we talked about this when we last met. But like um, the one game though that actually did get me to kind of like hyped up, emotional. I actually the one game that got me emotional for its story was Spider-Man. You know.
Oh, so this happened recently.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, again, it's Nintendo games. It's all very linear stuff and all that. But yeah, Spider-Man is when I finally got like pretty emotional on a video game, and I won't spoil it for people who haven't played it. I mean, it's been out for a while now, but
Either way.
yeah, either way, I don't want to spoil it. But yeah, and it's just super fun, and everything, and also like it was a superhero video game. I mean, it was Spider-Man, but Spider-Man's my favorite superhero, so like it was all of it was fun,
yeah,
and everything.
No, you know what, dude? Yeah, that I think that's the last game where I was like really sad because of like the thing that happens, right? Yeah. So I was like, I was like playing. This is back then before we had our apartment. I used to live with my parents, which is in like in our own little room. And then so she'd be watching TV, and I just had my headphones on and just playing, and like I just like that scene happened, and they just like press start real quick, and I turned back. I was like, oh man, that was like I think that was the last time for sure. I was like, damn, dude, like it really got me, like in the video game. And
Mm-hmm.
so I was like, oh, really good game.
Yeah,
Can't wait
for
for the
sure.
second one.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think that's probably our history. I mean, we didn't get to everything, but I would love to talk more about Zelda and Pokemon and maybe even Mario too, like all those other games like Mario Party and um just any kind of multiplayer game, honestly. But I think we can all get to that eventually as the episodes goes on.
I know. I left out a
Uh,
bunch of stuff.
yeah, I mean, yeah. Again, hopefully something new comes out, whatever you missed out, or something will just pop out, or we'll just make it like a main topic. Who
Yeah, of
knows?
course. And you know
Uh,
what? When you were talking about the Wii, when you got it, and you were talking about like Wii Sports,
mm-hmm,
that's the only thing that you played. If I'm being, if I remember correctly, I think when I bought the Wii, I only bought two games after that, which were three games, which were Super Smash Brothers, Animal Crossing, and the new Super Mario Bros. Right?
mm-hmm.
But dude, the countless hours that I put in on Wii Sports, dude,
For sure,
it is a
me too.
lot. Like there
Mm-hmm.
was a summer where like every single day, like me and like my friends, like two of my friends, like we just go into like our the living room and just play. Like we'll be okay. Well, let's start like at 9. I think we would finish almost like at 4 in the morning every single day. It was like a summer. So like
Mm-hmm.
okay, let's do Wii bowling. Let's do Wii golf, and we like get super into it, dude. Like just getting mad at each other and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Wii Sports might be like the game that I spent like the most hours
Yeah, I
in. If I
think
can,
so.
yeah, if I can track it, that'd be so cool. Because like the other game would be Rocket League, and I think in Rocket League, in my whole thing, it's like 3 days, 3 or 4 days. Like,
Mm,
but that's because I stopped playing. But Wii Sports, man, the whole, I think that one
yeah,
takes the cake for sure.
no, for sure. I remember once I stayed with my uncle and we played that game. He got into it too. Like we
Mm-hmm.
played it the whole day. The only time we stopped was to eat, and he loved it, and I loved that he loved it. Um, but yeah, that one for sure. That one was nonstop. The other one that was sort of nonstop was what was it? Injustice and Super Smash
Oh
Brothers
my
from the
god,
Wii U.
yeah.
That one, but that was only because Alice's friends, and you and like all of her friends would
Yeah,
just come over to
we're
our
like, yeah,
house.
let's go play.
Yeah, we all kept playing and
And
just
you know
it
what's funny?
was.
There was a time, there was a time when I think your sister was in town, and uh, Jay was here for some reason, and I think it was just him. But then he was like, "Hey, like, I bought Injustice 2. Like, this was like right when it came out, and he showed up maybe like a month later. He's like, I bought Injustice 2. I'm gonna head over to town. Like, I'm gonna be there for a week and stuff like that. Can we play it? Like, I bought it for the PS4. He didn't have a PS4, I think, and he bought it. Yeah, and I was like, yeah, dude, hell yeah, like show up, dude, like just show up, just let us know the days, and like we'll play. And so my friend came over too because he was like a really like we were all Injustice fans, and like,
Hmm.
do we beat it in like and I think in like a night and a half.
Dang.
We were just like, okay, cool, you play this one, you fight him, just playing the
Yeah.
storyline, and we're like, dude, this game is so fucking sick.
Hmm.
And we're just like waiting for like the third one to come out because it's like, dude, it's so good. We love Injustice. It's amazing.
Dude, I
I mean, it's just
love the
pretty much
first
just
one.
Mortal Kombat, but it's just like DC characters, and the story is really good. Like that's the thing. Like, the
Yeah,
story
for
was
sure.
really amazing.
No, I remember in the first one we did play the story with
Mhm.
all his friends and all that, and after a while we kept losing fights, but we always win the second one. And when we got to
Yeah.
the final fight against Superman and all that, I can't remember who played it, but whoever it was, they were doing really good, and they were like gonna beat it. We were so excited because like, oh my gosh, it's the final boss. We're gonna beat it in one try, but we didn't. No, I
Oh.
think it was we were so close to it. We're like, no, we were right there. We could have had one. And
And it's funny though because the first time we played um the first Injustice, right?
mhm.
I was at work, and my brother calls me, and he goes, "Hey, um, is it okay if we buy Injustice? Because this is when I had a PS3. He's like, is it okay if we buy Injustice, but for the PlayStation?" And I was like, "Why do you want to buy it for the PlayStation?" Because we had an Xbox too. He's like, "No, like we just they only have it for the PlayStation. Can we buy it and can we play it today?" And I was like, yeah, like I don't see why you're calling me for. And he goes, okay, cool, because we already bought it and we're about to start playing. And I was like, oh man, like right now? He's like, yeah. And I was like, shit, like, well, I'm off at like in an hour, so I'll be there. I'll be home soon. And like, yeah, sure enough, I show up and my two brothers, and this is like back when I had my living with my parents, right?
Mm.
I had a couch in the room. So sure enough, my two brothers on the couch, my friend on the bed, and they're just like playing. And I was like, "What's going on? Like, what? How is it?" And like, dude, it's so fucking sick. Like, this is what's going on with the story. And I was like, "Dude, that sounds so cool." And like, this was already like maybe like 4:30, about to be 5. And I think like around 7, like we all got stuck on a boss, like a fight, and we couldn't beat it. And then my friend's little sister, she came to drop off something for my mom, and she's like fucking. At this time, she was probably like 13 or 12, maybe less than that, you know?
Mm.
And so we're like, hey, like fuck it, let's just ask her, maybe she can beat it for us. And like, you know, it's like just joking around, right? So we're like, hey, like, do you want to try this game? She's like, what is it? And it's like, oh, it's just like a fighting game, so just, you know, just press whatever because you don't know how to play it. All right. Dude, sure enough, she beats the boss. So we're like, wow. And then so she goes like, she was like, well, call me back if you guys need help. And I was like, all right. And like, sure enough, get stuck again, call her. So,
No way.
yeah, dude. And it was like, oh, fuck. And then we got stuck on the last boss. We couldn't beat the last boss. And it was so hard. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to try something. I don't want to do it because I feel like it's cheating. But it was like, it ended up working. So pretty much what I did is like, just jump, uppercut, uppercut, uppercut. And it's like, it was just like pretty much like a cheap win, you know? But we're like, yeah, we beat it.
Yeah. No, actually, I remember Injustice was like the one game my sister really got into too. Her and I, you know, we played Super Smash Brothers and all that. We play Mario Kart, but you know, every other game like Zelda and any type of linear storyline, and she just can't really pass it. Can't really get into it. But you know, Injustice comes out, and she's like, "I want Harley Quinn. I want Catwoman," and she starts kicking my ass on the game too. And I'm like, "Yo, this is sick." I mean, that's actually part of the reason why it became so fun too. Is because I had someone to actually really play with,
yeah. And then well, Susan did too. She like got into those games too. She would always be like, "Oh, let's play Injustice, let's play Injustice." And I'm just like, dude, I'm tired of Injustice.
Tired of you beating me. I don't want to.
Yeah, but it'd be like, okay. Well, to me, it would be like, well, you know, like I mean, spending time playing a video game with my girlfriend, I'd be like, that was really fun.
Yeah, yeah.
The other game that she got really into as well was the PlayStation All Stars game. Do you remember that one?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so, and it's funny because I was just thinking about that game not too long ago. A couple of weeks ago, like I was like, I really want to play this game because I have it, and I was like, I really want to play it, and I was looking for my controls, and I was like, I'll look for them later. And so I just looked up like gameplay videos, like just people playing it, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. And then one of our friends had posted like on his story, he just posted like, I guess he was with his nephews and or nieces, and he was like, oh, it's still one of the best games ever. And he was playing PlayStation All Stars, and I was like, dude, I was just thinking about this game, like. And he's like, oh, it's a sign that they need to make another one. And I was like, yes.
Why haven't they though? Like that's such a.
It's because it did very poorly. That's the thing.
Really? Mm-hmm. I thought that would have killed. It was so fun.
Yeah, that's what, you know, it was fun and all that, but people were like complaining about it, and so they had like lined up a bunch of like DLC for it, and at the very end they canceled the last DLC and like nah, and then they just shut everything down. Wow. So that's what happened. Yeah.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah.
They need to retry it. I think it'll do good.
Yeah, like to me, I mean, it's still not better than Smash Bros. But it's like, you know, it's different. So it's like,
I mean, it's just different. It's the PlayStation characters, all coming together and all that.
Like nothing's gonna beat Smash Bros. And all that, but you know, I think everyone knows that by now. So.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, it's true.
Yeah. So how about what do you hope to get from this podcast? I guess, I mean, you know, we're obviously you want to talk about all of your favorite games from your past and everything. But I guess let me ask this: what will be your main focus though whenever we have these kinds of conversations? Like, what are you gonna more focus on, like gameplay wise, like, or story? Or...
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I feel like it's always different.
Mm-hmm.
So like with you, it'd be like, well, you know, I mean, you're gonna talk about Nintendo and all that. So like me, I'd be like, well, fucking yeah, I play that shit too. and then also what's it called? I don't honestly. I don't know how to say that because
Mm-hmm.
just talking about it, like, I mean, I'm fine with that. So
Yeah,
let's go with
it's
the.
just it's just video games. My thing is movies. Like movies, I
Mm-hmm.
can talk far more than what we're talking about now, honestly. And so I don't really know much in terms of like how can I tell that this is good gameplay? I mentioned like, and even though I said it a bunch of times, like the gameplay looks nice and all that, I don't really know what's considered good gameplay and all that.
No, I'll tell you this
Um,
right now. I mean, it's just imagine like the same as movies.
mm-hmm,
Um, you might like a movie, I might not,
mm-hmm,
which is fine. You know, like I mean, that's how everyone is. It's the same thing with video games. There's video games that like I might like. There's a bunch where people are like disagree on like, oh, like the gameplay sucks here. Like this is what's wrong with the game, and I'm like, you know what? Like I thought it was fine. So the
mm-hmm.
thing is, it's like it's always different for that with everyone. Most of the time, the majority are like, if a game is good, like it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
If a game sucks, you might disagree and stuff like that. There's been a couple of games, I forgot which ones. I can't come up with like right now on top of my head, but there's been times where like I'm watching reviews and like people are like bashing on the game, and I was like, oh, I thought it was fine, you know, like it wasn't that bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, okay, well, I mean, like I said, like everyone has different opinions and stuff like that. So like,
Yeah.
it's not more of a. To me, it's more like a, you know, if you like it, then you like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like the gameplay's bad and all that. So it's like if you're having fun with it, then yeah, go ahead. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like enjoy it. Like I'm not gonna tell you like, oh, like you shouldn't play that game, like it sucks and all that because of the gameplay and all that, or the
Mm-hmm.
story sucks. Oh, like how I said like the script and all that for the for Smoking game, how
Mm-hmm.
it's bad, but it's like, you know, some people might like, okay, you know, it's not that bad. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's fine with me.
Yeah. Actually, I remember one game that like I really enjoyed, but everyone just kept talking shit about it. Was Metroid Other M. I don't know if you ever played that.
You know what? I've always wanted to play it and I never got the chance to. But
Mm-hmm.
I do see there's a lot of hate for it.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
saw. Yeah, I just kept seeing it, and I was like, I really like this game. I don't know what
Mm-hmm.
people are talking about. Like,
There's a
it
lot of
was.
people that liked it. There's a lot of people that liked it too. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
One of my friends, he's like really into like Metroid Prime, and like he loves Metroid. He's like every time something to Metroid comes up, I message him like, dude, did you see? He's like, yeah, dude, like I'm already ready. And I was like, okay, cool. And I think he really enjoyed that game, like just because to him, like that's his favorite like franchise.
Hmm.
And it's like, okay, you know, like, oh, like what's it called? Like Pokemon, you know, like same thing. Like you didn't like you're not liking the way it's kind of going with the open world type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But there's people that do. Like
Yeah.
Susan loved it,
Yeah,
but then
that's
she's like a
true.
diehard. So.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but other thing people complain about were the controls, and with Metroid Other M and Skyward Sword, people were
Mhm.
complaining about the controls, but I was like, that was the best part
Oh,
of the game.
with
I
the
don't know what you're
motion,
talking
right?
about.
The
Yeah,
motion controls, yeah.
yeah, yeah. And I remember because like with the Metroid Other M, you're holding it sideways. You're just pressing one and two and moving around and all that.
Oh,
And
okay. Got
then
you. So you don't use the nunchuck for that one?
no, not the nunchuck,
Oh,
but
okay.
and then when you want to shoot like a missile, you just have to turn the joystick,
Oh, I see.
face
I
it
see. Uh huh.
towards the screen, and then you'll be able to like move
To
around
aim,
and
right?
aim
Uh
it.
huh.
Yeah, that was people complained about that, but I was like, that was fun. Like
Mm-hmm.
when everything's got intense, I have to be like, okay, I gotta time this right and just turn it. It's like I'm pulling out a gun or
Yeah.
something like, and then I just shoot, and it was always the fun part for me. So I don't know, I never understood what people were talking about on that. But yeah, I guess yeah, that's true. It's always just gonna be different for us, and then but I mean, I kind of do hope like I get better at talking about video games in general. you know,
No, you're good.
uh,
You're good. This was fun.
yeah, no, yeah, this was honest. This is really great. I think we got a good one.
I'm like,
Um,
finally, video games.
I know. Yes. Oh man. Well, I mean, what's one that you're most looking forward to? Just like want to get into right away. I'm curious.
Like video game right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like very questionable about the Last of Us remake, just
Mm.
because so you know it's built up for the PS5 and all that, and it does look better and all that, but it is the same game. I don't understand, what a lot of people don't understand too is we don't need this remake because this game came out for the PS3, they remastered it for the PS4 to make it look better, and then they're like, okay, well, here's one up like to make it look better for the PS5. But it's like, what's like for what? Like, it still looks good in the other two versions. But then the more I look at it, the more I want to play it. So I'm like, I'm in that, like, I don't want to buy it because it's $70, and it's like charge less. But then at the same time, it's like, I guess, I mean, video games are more expensive to make nowadays. But if it was cheaper, I'd be like, yeah, I'll pick it up. But right now, it's like, I'll just wait for it to sell. So that's one of them that I'm looking forward to. But I'm not really. The other one is the Callisto Protocol, the one that I was telling you about.
Yeah.
The Dead Space one. That one for sure. That one. Hogwarts, it's like whatever. But... And I'm pretty sure there was another game coming out soon. But oh no, I was thinking about The Last of Us. My bad.
But you know what? Next episode, I think we'll get more into other games that we're more excited about.
Looking,
yeah, like for sure I'm bringing up some Nintendo games for me, and all that.
On Nintendo.
Oh,
you know Nintendo. What? There is there's a One Piece game coming out soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's an RPG, and it's being I believe One Piece video game. Have you ever heard of Tales of Symphonia?
No.
Or like the Tales series. So it's like JRPGs, right? They go back into like and I believe NES days and all that. So like it's a very old like role playing game, and every once in a while they come out with one, and I think the creators of that series is making the One Piece game. So it kind of looks like the Tales series, and that's the game I'm fucking looking forward to. I was like, I really want to play an RPG, and like I really want to play it. There's no there's no release date yet. I thought there was. Supposedly they were supposed to announce it like during One Piece Day. For those of you that don't know, One Piece is a great anime. You guys should really watch it. I have yet to see 20 episodes, but it's really good. But I just want to pick it up so I can hook up the PS5 to the living room, and I want to play with Susan.
No.
Yeah, because she's like really into like One Piece. So I just want like another game to kind of like, hey, let's do something together. Like instead of watching movies and all that, like I want to play video games with you. Like I really want this One Piece game. So that's a game that I'm really looking forward to. Other than that, nothing really. You know, like, it's kind of dead right now.
Well, hopefully next time we record, there's some big news coming up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, anything more about your history with games or?
Well, we did the whole thing, right? So I'll just list the consoles right now. So did I remember correctly? It was the NES, Sega Genesis, and then I think my brother. Oh, fun fact: my older brother, right? Like for his birthday, he got a Game Boy Advance, and I think it was the white version, like the white Game Boy Advance. Like I forgot what it was called, but it was white, and he bought it, and like something happened, like that same day we were playing it, and it stopped working. So I thought it stopped working. Don't get me like. Don't correct me on this because I'm not too sure. So I thought I stopped working and we had to return it to get another one, right? And so when we go, and this was at Toys R Us in Calexico. Like this was a long time ago. So when he went back to return it, they didn't have the white one, so he got the purple one, which is like the indigo, like the same color as the GameCube. So he got it, and then I brought it up a while back, and I was like, yeah, didn't it mess up? He's like, no, it was just the thing that happened. Like there was like a stain or something on the screen, and I didn't like it, so I just told them that it was broken, and they didn't even check it, so I got to return it for like another one.
Wow.
And I was like, what the heck, dude? I was like, wow, okay, well, screw it. I mean, that's the one that we grew up like playing, and that's the one. Yeah. That's the one where we like played on Pokemon, like everything else and all that. So I was like, okay, whatever. Let me see. It's so funny. I have like all these like funny like little stories about consoles. My favorite. Cool. I have two favorite ones. So I'll share this right now since I already told my brother like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago. So I had my Game Boy, right? This was like when Pokemon Diamond and Pearl came out. So he got Pearl, I got Diamond. So we were both playing it, and then one day we're like, hey, let's battle. Like, like
Mm.
it was like, we'll battle on this day. I was like, okay, cool. So then we're both like training, making our Pokemon stronger. So one day he falls asleep, and like we're sharing bunk beds, like same room. So we're both like, yeah. So we're both in the same room, and then he falls asleep, and I was like, me being the smart guy, I was
Mm.
like, you know what? I'm gonna look into his Pokemon so I know which one he's gonna use. So that way I can just okay. So he's gonna bring out like a water Pokemon. I have a Thunder Pokemon. It's pretty much to counteract.
Mm.
So then climb down the bed. I get his DS and I open it. Right when I open it, and like I'm just opening it normal, right? Right when I open it, boom, cracks, breaks in half, and I
Oh.
was like, "What the fuck?" And so what I did was like I closed it back up, put it back where it was, and I went to bed. I was like, dude, what the fuck happened? Because it wasn't like I'm forcing it open. I was just like
Yeah.
slowly opening it, or not slowly, but like just kind of just opening it,
Yeah.
and it just cracked. And I was like, what the hell? Like it still worked, but it was I think it still worked, but I think it was just like the when you open it, like the hinge, one of the hinges was off, so like the top screen was like pretty much almost off, and I was like freaking out. So then go to sleep. And then my brother wakes me up. He's like, hey, wake up. And I was like, what? And then he's like, you fucking did it, huh? And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, you broke my DS. And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, you broke my fucking DS, didn't you? And I was like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. And he's fucking furious. He's mad. And so I was like, whatever, like in my head, I was like, okay, he doesn't know, whatever. And I was like, what? Like, I finally wake up. So I told him, what happened? He's like, dude, my fucking DS is broken. So what'd you do? And I was like, dude, I haven't touched it. Like, I was asleep. Like, what do you mean? And he's like, well, I fucking left it there and now it's broken. And I was like, well, I don't know. Like, did you open it? Maybe if, like, I was like, I was trying to play it all down. I was like, did you open it? Maybe it just like broke or something. He's like, no, it was already broken. And I was like, well, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, it wasn't me. Like, I don't know what to, like. Why would it? I was telling him, I was like, why would I use your DS? Like, I have my own. Like, it's right there. And so he's like, oh, whatever. So this was like a long time ago. Years happened, right? He's in college. He's visiting from Phoenix, and this is probably like 10 plus years later. And then he goes, we're playing FIFA in my room. We're playing PS3, and so like I pause it, and I was like, hey, so like I need to tell you something real quick. And he's like, what's up? And I just go like, remember your DS? And then he goes, you motherfucker, you did it, huh? And I was like, I finally accepted the fact that maybe I did open it wrong and it broke. It was you, huh? And I was like, yeah, so this is what happened. And I told him the whole story about like me trying to cheat on Pokemon. I just opened it and like it broke. And he goes, you motherfucker, he's all mad. He's like, he was more like, he was laughing more than being mad, but because
Okay.
it happened so long ago. But he was like, I knew it. I knew in the back of my head that it was you, but like you told me it wasn't, and I was like, it was true. That like, why would you use my DS? And he was just like, so. It was so funny, man. And he brings it up every once in a while. He's like, remember you broke my DS? I was like, yeah, that's pretty funny, huh?
Actually, one messed up thing that I did. This was a different cousin who also had a Nintendo 64,
Mhm.
and she had Super Mario in it, and I always got to play whenever I visited and all that. And I, I was it was it's so stupid, but I was in the main menu, and back then I was a really little kid, and I just kind of like I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know like literally where to start the game. I don't know. I didn't know, and I was messing with all the other buttons around there, and then I can't remember what it was, but like I clicked on one, and then it changed the screen. I was like, oh, what's this do? I clicked on one of her profiles. She had like maybe three. I click it, and you hear wah. I
Oh
deleted
my god.
it. I deleted it, and I was like, oh, that's funny. So I clicked another one. I
You're
erased
so
all of her.
dumb.
I erased all of her data, and she comes in the room and starts crying. She tells her mom, and my mom is like, "He deleted it," and I was just looking at her like all dumb and shit. Like,
You're
what
like,
did I do?
what? Yeah.
I swear, like in that moment, I didn't know what I was doing,
Hmm.
it's just, oh my gosh, she never brings it up or anything, but like, I remember when the what was it, the Super Mario 64 came out. I think it might have been on the Switch, or
Mhm.
I can't remember. They like resold it or something like that. But I got it, and my sister texts her, and she just goes, "I'm gonna delete all his shit." But yeah, that's
That
like,
is all.
I know, huh? But yeah, that's like the most messed up thing I've ever done. uh,
Speaking of deleting files, there
mm,
was this one time. You've heard of Kingdom Hearts, right?
yeah.
So, the second one had came out, and I passed it, and my brother had bought the guide. He's like, okay, well, the guide, whatever. And I was looking in the guide, and there's this weapon. It's like the best weapon, like the best keyblade that you can get, and you have to
Hmm.
build it. You have to get like these specific shards and like this and that, whatever.
Hmm.
I worked my ass off, dude, to get that. Like I forgot what it was. I think it was like Ultimate Weapon. I think that's what it was called, something like that. But I worked my ass off like weeks and weeks of just fighting the same enemies and just because they drop them like specifically. They drop them not specifically, but they drop them like every once in a while. So it's pretty much just go in this hallway, kill them. If they drop it, then yeah, cool, and then just repeat the process. But it's like there's times they don't drop it, there's times they do drop it. So it's just like it depends. Finally did it, like I built the weapon. I was like, yes, like I finally did it. And this is our like I had beaten the game, and I was just so happy. I was like, awesome, like this is cool. And then one day I don't know what happened because the PlayStation was my little brother's. It was
Hmm.
his, so I would use like his console and all that. So back, with us like when we were kids, it wasn't like oh it's our console. It was like no, that one's mine. Like
Hmm.
this, like the GameCube was mine. The Xbox is my oldest brother. The PlayStation was my little brother. So it's like we would always have to like ask permission to like use it and stuff like that. So then I finally built it, and then like I don't know what happened, but one day I was making my brother so mad, like my little brother. I was like, I got him so pissed, and then my mom was like, "Hey, like, do you want to go to the store with me?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll go." So then we're at the store, and then my brother calls my mom's cell phone, and she answers. She's like, "Oh, it's here," and I was like, "Hello," and he goes, "Hey, so like, you've been pissing me off all day. So you know your file in Kingdom Hearts?" And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Deleted." And I was like, "Bitch!" I was like, "You fucking bitch!" And I got home, and sure enough, boom, dude, my whole save file was like gone. And
Dang.
I was like, fuck. I wouldn't have been mad if I had not just built that fucking weapon. But I was like, fuck. Man, I was like, man, fuck this game anyways. But I was like,
uh,
damn, dude.
I actually deleted my file for Pokemon Black and White, the one that I said that I got it hacked because
Uh-huh.
Ali wanted to play it, and she only got to two badges when she when she played
Oh.
it. So like I deleted it. I mean, luckily I had already transferred my
The
Pokemon,
Pokemon,
but
yeah, huh?
yeah. So it's just everything else is all fine. But
Mhm.
it was legit sad for me to delete it because it was like, oh my god, I went on an adventure in this.
Yeah.
What the fuck? But yeah, she only made it to like two badges, so that was kind of a waste.
Yeah. I was gonna say like, oh, okay.
Hmm.
I think one time I was playing the game. It's called Tales of Symphonia. It's like a JRPG, and it's long too.
Hmm.
My brother, he would play it too, and I think I saved over his file before, like one time, like on accident. He's like, "Oh shit!" Like I saved over your file, and then he's like, "Fuck!" And then I was like way ahead of him, so he's like, "Oh, well, it's not that bad because like all my people are stronger anyways." So I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." So that happened, and I was like, "All right, well." I don't. After that, like after those like two incidents, like I don't think I've ever like saved over anyone else's file and all that, unless I'm wrong and they correct me and stuff like that. But whatever. This other story, this this one's one of my favorites. My two favorites were like the DS one. This is my other favorite. Um, is I was working at GameStop, right? I
Hmm.
was working at GameStop for a bit, and so this was like during the launch of the PS4 and the Xbox One. So I had gotten my PS4 already, and I think it was like the year after the Xbox came out, and it was like around my birthday. I would think it was like my birthday week or something like that, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy myself an Xbox One because I really want one.
Hmm.
And there was this. It was like have you ever heard of Overdrive? It's a game.
I remember the title, but I don't remember what the game was about.
Okay, so there was a game called Sunset Overdrive. and they came out with a limited edition Xbox,
Mm-hmm.
and it was white. So instead of being black, it's white, and I was like, dude, that looks sick. So I was like, you know what? I saw one at the store. When I go into work, I'm gonna I'm gonna buy it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm at the store and we're about to close maybe like in an hour. And I was like, I told my coworkers like, hey, like this Xbox, I'm gonna buy it. So I'm just gonna get my break and I'm gonna buy it. And then probably like 20, 30 minutes before we close, some old lady, right? She comes in and she's like, hey, like I'm looking for this Xbox. I've looked everywhere, and this is like during holiday season because my birthday's in November,
Mm-hmm.
and like I'm looking everywhere. I want to get it for my grandson. Like he's been doing really good in school again, and like I want to give him for Christmas. Like I want to surprise him and all that. And I was like, oh okay. And I was like, well, what are you looking for? So she tells me. So she tells me, she's like, oh, I'm looking for this one. She shows me a picture of it, and it's the Xbox that I'm holding in the back.
Mm.
And I was like, well, let me check if we have it. So I check my inventory, right? It says we have one left. So I go to the back, and I was like, I told her, you know what? It says that we might have one, but let me just double check. So I go to the back, and I see it right there, just spot on the floor. And I was like, hell no, this shit's mine. So I go back outside, and I was like, you know what? Like I think there was an error with our system because I think someone returned it, but I think it didn't count as a return. So I think that's why it says that we have it. So we actually don't have it. She's like, oh man. She's like, do you know anywhere that has it? So I looked online because with GameStop we can check other GameStops like their inventory.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, there's like 3 in Yuma. I can give them a call, to hold them for you, but I don't know if they're gonna be able to hold it just because it's a new console. And I don't know how like they work. So she was like, oh well, yeah, can I just get their number and I'll just call tomorrow and see what's going on? I was like, yeah, sure. So I gave her the number, and she leaves. Right, I wait like 10 minutes. I tell my coworker, hey, I'm gonna get a break real quick. Go to the back. I'm buying this right now before some old lady comes back in. So I just took that from her grandkid.
Oh man, I mean, hey,
Yeah,
you wanted it.
I know.
You technically got it first. Okay?
Yeah, technically. And it's funny though because at that time, like we couldn't hold consoles, but I was like, nah, fuck this, I'm holding this because this is the only place where I've seen it and I really like it, so I'm just gonna buy it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, hell yeah.
I legit got lucky with your brother for getting the PS5 because I think.
Oh, dude, it's funny though because he I don't know because he lives in Phoenix, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he lived in Phoenix, and so for him it was like he bought one. Well, he bought his, and then he got another one for his friend, but his friend just like, oh, just here's the money, just try getting one for me because he worked from home at that time. And then eventually he's like, let me see if I can get more, and he got like 3 at a time, and he was like, oh, well, might as well sell it. And then like eventually he had one, and then he was asking us, does anyone know who wants a PS5? Because I have some. I'd rather sell it to someone that we know first, and then I'll sell to strangers. And I was like, well, and he's like, ask Alexis if she wants one, or ask her brother, maybe he wants one. And I was like, well, that's how it happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it was so funny too because I think I told my dad like, yeah, I'm driving all the way over there. Mm-hmm. I'm driving 2 hours just to get this console.
And you know what? To me, it was like when that happened, I was like, oh, well, you know, whatever, you know, like it's not that far. And then it wasn't recently when we went over and we dropped off your cousins in the Phoenix airport.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, dude, Phoenix is fucking far from Tucson. I was like, it's like long. It's a long ass drive.
Yeah.
And I was like, we got back and I was like, fucking, we still have to drive another 4 hours.
Yeah. Actually, I forgot to name some other consoles, but I mean, it was mainly just the Game Boy Advance that I had, Nintendo DS, 3DS, and then yeah, I think it was just those. I think I had like that. No, I didn't. That was my cousin. But yeah, it was just those portable games that I had. Mm-hmm. I think the most fun, well, with 3DS, the most fun was Pokemon and Kid Icarus.
I never played that one. I heard it was really good.
Oh, it's so much fun. I actually I lost the game. I beaten it, but I lost the game. And then one time I was watching this YouTube channel and they were replaying the game, really getting into details of the story and all that. And as I just kept hearing them talk more and more about it, I was like, I'm gonna buy the game again. Like I
Oh
gotta
my god.
play it, and so I got the game again. And the thing that I was worried about, so that one you can play it online. You just like this little battle mode that you have in the game, and I was like, I wonder if like there's still people playing or something, because I mean it's been years and years. This was literally like last year that I got it,
Uh-huh.
and so I was just like, I wonder if people are still playing it online. And sure enough, I go online
No
and
way.
I'm playing with others. I was like, no freaking way! Like
That's
loyal
sick,
fucking
dude.
fans, dude. That's awesome. Uh, yeah. And then with the DS, the Super Mario game that came out on that one. The one with the big giant mushroom. Uh,
Oh yes, uh-huh. The one that came out for the Wii U as well, right?
they came out for the Wii U.
Wait, which one is
I'm
it?
talking about the Nintendo DS.
Nintendo DS with the
Yeah,
mushroom. What mushroom one?
remember they like promoted like you get this there's this giant mushroom that pops out and it makes you big, like your Mario
Oh
turns
yes,
as
uh-huh,
big as the
yes, yeah,
screen,
I remember that
and
one.
you're
Yeah.
just stopping through everything. That
Mhm.
one, I played a lot just by myself, but during that time when that game came out, my dad would take me and Ella to Glamis like a whole bunch of times,
Uh-huh.
and I kept meeting up with other people that had with like other
No
people's
shit.
kids that had the game,
Uh-huh.
and so we would play online. Uh, like
Yeah.
I don't know how it is, but we played online basically.
Like the multiplayer thing, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
had like the connection thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like that about Nintendo too, how they did that. Because I remember that they did that with the DS Mario Kart one. Like is like if you have the game and your friend doesn't, like
Mm-hmm.
you can still both play together.
Oh,
Like
really?
I don't know if you ever like did that, but like yeah, me and my brother, since we had like the two DSs,
Mm.
we'd be like, oh, let's play Mario Kart. And it's like, okay, cool. So what you would do like on the DS, like since I had it, I would like put multiplayer and like look up like the like connection or something. I
Mm-hmm.
forgot the actual name of it, but then he would just have to like connect to it, and like he has like the full game.
Mm.
And it
That's
was like,
awesome.
dude, that's so sick. Like I was like, man, if only they did that still.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Uh, but yeah, that was always fun. With that one, and then the Game Boy. I honestly, there's it wasn't like the big Nintendo franchises that I played. It was like these other ones. There was like a Barbie game that I actually played. It was actually kind of fun. It wasn't like I don't know. I'm sure people are thinking something else, but this was actually like those like side scrolling games. You actually like attacking people and all that. It was
Yeah,
fun.
uh-huh.
I think there was a That's So Raven game, a Jimmy Neutron game, and all that. Like I just played a bunch of those kinds of
Yeah.
on the Game Boy. I honestly don't remember what came out on the Game Boy, like big Nintendo franchise games. Fuck.
For the Game Boy or
Yeah, Game Boy.
well there was like the Zelda games like
Yeah, I never played that. Yeah, but
Oracle of Seasons and then Oracle of Ages. There were like the Mario games. What else? The Metroid, like there was Metroid Fusion. I never got to play that one. I always wanted to, but I never got to play it.
wow, I don't think I never played any of those games. Holy shit! Wow. And then one game that I still use, no, not on the Game Boy, but like I have like the Game Boy cartridge that I
Mm-hmm.
put on my Nintendo DS. Is a Tetris game. That one is just it's a classic.
No,
Honestly,
yeah, dude.
it's
I
so much
remember
fun.
one time they gave me it's like a knockoff. It was like a knockoff like Game Boy, but I guess it played like actual Game Boy games, like the
Mm-hmm.
original Game Boy games. And like I would play. I think the game I played was like Tetris, and it's like I remember it because oh, like I said, like like music and all that. I never knew how to play Tetris as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
so like the only reason I would play it was for like the theme song.
Yeah, nice.
Like I was like, okay, cool. So I would like play it, and I'd be like, okay, I'm just playing randomly, but I'd be like this, and just holding it up to my ears. Like, I really like this song. It's really cool.
Yeah, no, for sure that's in the classic. Actually, in music, when the Super Smash Brothers on 3DS came out, it will let you listen to the music. You actually like create a
Oh yeah,
playlist,
yeah,
and
yeah.
you can
The
actually like
Switch does too.
yeah, the Switch does too. But like
Uh-huh.
because it was the DS though, like I could take it everywhere, and I would actually
Yeah.
like listen to it during my art classes. Just close it
Oh,
up
okay, yeah, yeah.
and like put on earphones and everything. I was just listening to it, and I'm drawing there in class. It was so much fun, and I can't remember which ones I used. I'm sure it was a lot of Zelda and Mario, mainly. But yeah,
Yeah, I remember
that's
in
so much fun in music.
we would play Super Smash Melee.
Hmm.
We'd play Melee a lot, like me and my cousin and my brothers and all that stuff. So we would always set the because I think you can like change the music for some of the stadiums.
Mhm.
Like, okay, no, we're just gonna pick these songs, and it would always be the same ones over and over again. Well, it would always be oh, what's that level called? The Hyrule Temple. So
Mhm.
we'd always just be playing them that one, but like, damn, dude, the music in that game was like, we're like, dude, this shit's sick. And like, I would always be mad, like I still am, because it's like I want to listen to like just like the soundtrack of like all the theme songs from that game, like on Spotify or Apple Music or something.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I'm still like not, I still don't have that.
Yeah,
And I
I
was
try
like, I
to
don't
put
want to
some.
carry my Switch around, like what the fuck.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I wish I can get those on Spotify. I mean, I know you can probably get them on YouTube and all that, but like you keeping it open on your phone, it's just
Yeah.
battery drains. That's the one thing that at work sometimes I listen to music from video games at work, but
Oh,
it can
same.
only be for a couple of hours. Um, because my battery drains, and after that, I just go back to podcasts or audiobooks. I mean, it's fun and all, but I wish it can be nonstop sometimes.
Yeah, same. Usually, I remember one day I was listening to, I was like, I want to listen to video game music. And so I just looked, Final Fantasy. So I looked up Final Fantasy 7, and I was like, from start to finish. And I was at work, and this was, I think, like 11 a.m. And I get off at 6. And I get home, walk the dogs, and I'm still listening. I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm almost done. Dude, I wasn't even halfway done. And I was like, oh, crap. Nah, screw this. I was like, I'll listen to something else now. But yeah, every once in a while, I'll put on like some video game music that I can find on Spotify and all that. And if not, just go to YouTube.
Yeah.
But that's what I want. Like I want like a bunch of video game music on Spotify to stream. But
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know why they don't do that.
Mm-hmm. Well, one perfect day though, when I was listening to music from video games,
Mm-hmm.
it was I had people can't see it, but the TV behind me right here, like I had just gotten it and I could
Mm-hmm.
watch YouTube and Netflix and all that, and I thought, oh my gosh, I can finally like work and have something
Oh
on the
yeah,
background and all that. And one day I just put relaxing video game music, and
Mm-hmm.
one thing that would I think the one that I chose was Ori. I don't know if you played that game.
yeah.
Yeah, that one. And it was a literally perfect day. I was playing the music. I got these lights that go behind my TV and all that, and it was raining outside, so you're getting all these
Nice.
rain noises. And I was just reading the whole day. Dude, it was such a good day. But just I honestly, that's the one thing with music and movies. Like I feel like I just can't put on the music and kind of listen to it, because with movies though, like it there's just a slight difference between the two. But like I feel like just with video games, it sort of creates the scenery, it creates an environment, unlike with movies. um and so that's the one thing I love about video games.
And the music, no, dude,
mm-hmm,
a bunch of music from video games are like, it's sick too. Like,
mm-hmm.
well, especially Zelda, right? But
Yeah, for sure.
um, the one that I got really into was The Last of Us.
Mm.
Like the music just for The Last of Us, like I was like so into it.
Yeah.
Even for part two, not as much as for the first one, but it was really good. And then so for Halo, the composer, his name is Martin O'Donnell.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, dude! Like he's really good. Like he's good. Like his music for Halo, it's not just Halo. I mean, it's not like a bunch of like dramatic music to be like
Mm-hmm.
to kill like aliens and stuff like that. But dude, beautiful music he makes. He makes
Mm-hmm.
really good, beautiful music. And like every like I mean every video game is like different and stuff like that. Right now I'm listening to because I'm playing Red Dead Redemption 2 right now. I should be done with it like pretty soon.
Nice.
But the music for that too, it's like it's so good. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's like it's calm just because it's like I mean it's a western, right? So it's like calm just because you're just not doing anything. But sometimes you like the missions kind of get picked up, get kind of dramatic, and it kind of picks up on the music too. And it's like, dude, it's so good. Like just that
Mm-hmm.
soundtrack is really amazing. But damn, dude, like video game music,
Top notch. Yeah,
top
for sure.
notch, bro.
That's the one thing I'll say about video games over movies.
Yeah, just that though.
Yeah, just that. Yeah. Honestly, yeah, for me. Um, but yeah, dang, dude, an hour 55. we
Dude, if I would have read my whole script, we
Oh
would
my
have been
gosh!
halfway
And
done.
honestly, like I feel like we should just. I feel like we can't keep going. Like just keep like
Yeah,
nonstop.
it's because like because what's it called? It was supposed to be like how we pretty much like our history in video games, but we just sidetrack a lot. But I mean, which is
We-
fine with me because I mean I don't care. Like this is like a topic that I enjoy talking about. You know, like with you guys, like you guys do movies and all that. But like to me, it's like okay, well I haven't seen it. Like whatever. Like video games, like even if I have not played the game, like give me your opinions, give me this, give me that. Like you played a bunch of Nintendo games I haven't even played.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, I want to hear your perspective about it. And I don't know, it's just like video games have always been like a topic about like, not a topic, but it's part of my life. So it's like it's always been there. Like I mean, I grew up playing video games, so it's never been like oh what's this, what's that. Like I know what's going on in the video game industry and stuff like that. So it's like it's pretty cool to just to talk to someone about it. That's just not like okay, well let's just talk about this game and stuff like that. But like I mean, like we tried doing like a podcast with my brother and my cousin before, and it's like it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Like it worked out, but it was like we're just kind of just like let's just do it later. I think it just never got around to it. But I mean, I've always wanted to do this, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, honestly, I think we got a great episode here.
Yeah, of course.
But I think let's just end it there for now because
2 hours.
we're gonna run out of topics for later episodes. I just
Oh, I know, right?
the
the one and only first episode.
Yeah.
Thanks. Bye.
It's like, we're gonna have to wait months for the next topic or something. I don't know. But yeah, yeah, for sure. This is a great episode. I hope everyone else liked it. If you do, keep listening, and all that. I mentioned in the beginning that this is another podcast from Red Spotlight. There's Red Spotlight Entertainment. There is Fantasy Fair and Turn to Page that I am on. Book podcast. Fantasy Fair is a Disney podcast. Red Spotlight is all about movies and television. And I think that's all I had to say. But yes, thank you everyone for listening. I'm David. You say your name.
Oh my bad. I was like, what are you doing?
I know.
Yeah, Sergio. Yeah. Thanks for listening, and hope you enjoy. Hopefully we don't run out of topics to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of games coming out soon, both Nintendo and PlayStation. So, I think we'll have some good things going on. We'll see.
Of course.
But for now, bye-bye.
Bye.